Mercedes-Benz. Stylish, graceful, and dependable. A true work of art on wheels. There's simply no other car in the world that has the same level of elegance. If you have it, you are the cream of the crop. Today, Mercedes-Benz boasts a staggering valuation of $63.2 billion, with its influence reaching far and wide across the globe. Yet, this success story is cast against the shadows of a dark and controversial past. A past that, despite lingering haunting memories, hasn't held back the brand from achieving greatness. How did Mercedes-Benz rise from the challenges of its controversial history to become a powerhouse in the multi-billion-dollar automotive industry? Join us in this video as we dive into the intriguing journey of Mercedes-Benz, exploring its comeback against all odds. It was 1844 when a guy named Carl Benz was born in Mühlberg, Germany. Unfortunately, when Carl was just 2, his dad, Johann Georg Benz, got really sick and passed away. To remember his dad, they changed Carl's name to Carl Friedrich Benz, and that's how we got the famous Benz. Growing up, Carl's mom, Josephine Valiant, did her best as a single mom in tough times. Even though money was tight, she made sure Carl got a good education. Turns out he was a whiz in school and graduated from the Karlsruhe Polytechnical School when he was 19 in 1864, specializing in mechanical engineering. After school, Carl worked as a mechanical engineer for different companies, but he felt like something was missing. Jobs at a bridge building company in Pforzheim and an iron construction company in Vienna didn't quite fit the bill. It seemed like he was meant for something bigger than your average engineering gig. So, when Carl was 27 in 1871, he decided to start his own thing in Mannheim. First, it was called the Iron Foundry and Mechanical Workshop. But later, they jazzed it up and renamed it the Factory for Machines for Sheet Metal Working. Unfortunately, the first year wasn't smooth sailing for his new venture. But then, in a stroke of luck, Bertha Ringer, Carl's fiancée, stepped in as a game changer. She used her dowry money to buy half of the company's shares. They got hitched, and from there on, Carl's fortunes took a turn for the better. In 1871, he wowed the world with his first ever gas-powered 2-stroke engine and snagged a patent in 1880. After that, he went on a patent spree, inventing things like ignition systems, clutches, spark plugs, gear shifts, carburetors, and even water radiators. His constant drive for innovation completely transformed the car scene, all thanks to Carl, a boost from Bertha, and a steadfast commitment to his dreams. It was the start of something big. In 1883, Carl Benz met Max Rose and Friedrich Wilhelm Aiblinger in Mannheim. They were like the three musketeers of engines and cars, so they decided to join forces and create something epic. Benz & Company Rheinische Gasmotorenfabrik, or the more chill Benz & Chi. Now, Carl had this wild idea of sticking his 2-stroke engine into a 3-wheel cart. Lo and behold, in 1885, the world witnessed the birth of the Benz patent Motorwagen. Now, imagine this. A fancy carriage with 3 wheels and Carl's engine sandwiched between the back wheels. Forget a radiator, this bad boy had a cool evaporative thing going on. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for Benz. The first version of his creation decided to pull a stunt and crashed into a wall during a public demo. After a year of trial and error, on a sunny day in July 1886, Benz hit the road in Mannheim with his revamped Benz patent Motorwagen. Zooming at a whopping 10 miles per hour, he pulled off the first ever successful public show of a 2-stroke engine-powered ride. Fast forward to 1888, and the Benz patent Motorwagen finally hit the market, becoming the very first car you could buy. But it had a little hiccup. It only had 2 gears and wasn't exactly a long-distance champ. Carl faced a new puzzle after launching his dream machine. But like all great innovators, Carl found a solution to his problem. Probably because of a stroke of luck, thanks to a historical trip. On a serene morning in August 1888, Bertha Benz woke up while her husband snoozed away. Without a word, she rounded up their two sons, Eugene and Richard, and hopped onto the world's first car. Destination? A cool 64 miles or 104 kilometers to Pforzheim, where her mom lived. See, the Benz patent motorwagen was built for short hops, not a marathon like Bertha was attempting. A total of 128 miles. Sounds like a stretch for a two-geared ride, right? But did that stop Bertha? Nope. She was on a mission that would go down in history as a game changer for cars. Bertha not only proved that her husband's invention could go the distance, but also played mechanic along the way. She pulled off major repairs, even inventing brake linings. Midnight struck when Bertha and her sons finally reached their destination. She sent Carl a telegram, making the first ever long-distance road trip in a car. Fast forward to today, and there's a vintage car rally every 2 years honoring Bertha's epic journey. The route she took is now officially the Bertha Benz Memorial Route since 2008. Meanwhile, a new player, Daimler Motorengesellschaft, also known as DMG, entered the car scene. In 1902, they rolled out the first Mercedes, the Mercedes 35 HP, thanks to German engine whiz Wilhelm Maybach. It was named after Emil Jeleniek's daughter, Mercedes. Benz & G, not one to be outdone, launched Parsifal in 1903, hitting a blazing 37 miles per hour. But then, cue the dramatic music, World War I crashed onto the scene, throwing a wrench into the gears of the car industry. Following the aftermath of World War I, Germany found itself grappling with a profound economic crisis, and the automotive industry bore the brunt of the war's devastating aftermath. Seeking recovery from these dire circumstances, two formidable rivals, DMG and Benz & G, took a strategic step on July 28, 1926, signing an agreement to merge into a single entity named Daimler-Benz. To pay homage to DMG's widely acclaimed Mercedes 35 HP model, the upcoming line of vehicles adopted the name Mercedes-Benz, marking the inception of a legendary automotive brand. As the 1930s unfolded, Daimler-Benz directed its efforts toward crafting automobiles tailored for the affluent class in Germany. One standout model, the Mercedes-Benz 770, gained immense popularity and success among the elite circles. Notably, even Adolf Hitler himself owned a modified version of the 770, complete with features like bulletproof windshields. However, the company's trajectory shifted after 1937, pivoting its focus towards the production of military vehicles. And that's where the dark side of the company comes in. During the summer of 1941, an influential board meeting led by Wilhelm Kissel underscored Daimler-Benz AG's steadfast commitment to prioritizing the production of military vehicles, explicitly renouncing any intentions to engage in the manufacturing of civilian automobiles. Throughout the wartime period, the company maintained a focus on prominent products, with the LG 3000 truck and the DB600 and DB601 aircraft engines assuming a prominent role. Confronted with a significant manpower shortage due to the demands of the war, especially with a majority of German men deployed on the front lines, Daimler-Benz AG initiated the recruitment of women as a strategy to alleviate the labor deficiency. As the conflict intensified, the company anticipated a heightened necessity for mass production, forcing a quest for a substantial expansion of the workforce. To overcome this challenge, the company looked for a strategy. Prisoners of war, enduring deplorable conditions and constant surveillance under the Nazis, were frequently loaned out as forced labor to companies, with the Nazis extracting financial benefits in return. This unfortunate thing included detainees from concentration camps. Daimler-Benz AG, contending with a critical labor shortage, enlisted these forced laborers, and their numbers escalated progressively over time. But sanity prevailed, and soon they took the path to glory. In 1944, nearly half of Daimler-Benz's 65,000 workers were forced to work, some from concentration camps. After the war, the company admitted its ties to the Nazi regime and joined an initiative to honor the forced laborers, paying $12 million in reparations. Post-war, Daimler-Benz AG focused on excellence in the auto industry, introducing innovations. Mercedes-Benz, now a market leader synonymous with elegance, became a separate subsidiary in 2019. In 2022, Mercedes-Benz sold the world's priciest car at $142 million, a rare 1955 Mercedes-Benz SLR. The company is valued at a staggering $63.2 billion, a testament to its success. And so, from its humble beginnings with Carl Benz's genius, Mercedes-Benz rose to become a legendary name in the automotive world. Through wars, challenges, and innovations, the brand persevered, marking its place in history. From the pioneering Benz patent Motorwagen to the merger with DMG, the story unfolded.